Merry Christmas from Popcorn, powered by Gen X. That's me. Thanks for tuning into Popcorn this Christmas. Like many of you, this is my favorite time of year. But like many of you who don't think there could be another version of A Christmas Carol, you're wrong. There's never enough stories about cruel, money-hungry, loveless misers who find redemption with the help of creepy spirits on Christmas Eve. I mean, it just rings with the spirit of the season. But instead of rehashing the story, I'm going to share with you my favorite misers. Who knows? We could agree on one, or you could find your own Ebenezer to love and watch this holiday season. If you're ready, let's get it on. Well, why not start here? No, I haven't seen it, but it's Ryan Reynolds, so chances are high. I mean, I saw Free Guy. Will Ferrell can be hit or miss with his screaming humor, but the new spin on the story is intriguing. Now sure, his name is Clint Briggs, but he isn't the only Scrooge on this list with a different name other than Ebenezer. Now I did hear there's a nude scene, so maybe that was thrown in to get people to go and see a bad film. I did mention the nude scene was of Will, not Ryan. Right? After starting with something from 2022, let's go way back to the earliest on the list. A time where bad old age makeup was used instead of an actual older actor. God, look at Bob. If I were Scrooge, I'd probably have a hard time not smacking him across the face instead of just berating him. How mealy-mouthed is this silver screen doofus? Stop looking like you just farted and grow some backbone, Bob. This 1938 rendition is pretty faithful, even with a mashed-up ending where both Bob and Scrooge's nephew Fred appear at the same Christmas.
All my dears.
God bless us, everyone.
Opening your Christmas presents.
Wait, don't go just yet. Don't stop the video. Yes, this is still about Scrooge. This is Erica Kane. Yes, that Erica Kane from All My Children. Here she is in a gender swap of Ebenezer called Ebbie. Yeah, I'm not sure who would shorten Elizabeth to Ebbie, but we'll go with it. You know what else works? Erica. I mean Susan Lucci, being typecast as a terror bitch of the department store, always tormenting her put-upon underpaid assistant, Roberta. Get it? Roberta, Robert Cratchit, Bob. Okay, you get it. And so did she. As for a Hallmark-type movie, I watched the whole thing and, well, I liked it.
What's gotten into you? Christmas spirit.
If you keep making that face, it'll stick that way. Those jowls made the role of Ebenezer perfect for Kelsey. He does a remarkable job as the character, but not sure what made anyone think the man who played Beast in X-Men should do a musical version of Charles Dickens. Yeah, I know, I've heard he can sing, but that doesn't mean his voice is one I want to hear in a musical for 2 hours. With some of his Beast hair pieces still intact, Kelsey impresses in the role.
I believe we shall become fast friends, young man.
We'll get right back to the list. It gets even better. But do me a solid and click the like button. And if you're in the Christmas spirit, the best gift you could give is to subscribe. Thank you all and Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes, you are.
I know this is from 1999, but it still feels like it took forever to get Picard into the shoes of Ebenezer.
Making rather merry yesterday, sir.
I'll tell you what, my friend, I'm not going to...
This guy's a master thespian, and the role of Scrooge is meaty, just like Patrick Stewart likes it. Reminding me of a young Count Orlok, Stewart is damn good at being an off-putting, get-off-my-lawn asshat, and really sells the final blow to Bob, who almost threatens to kill him with a fire poker at just how insane the newly reformed man is acting. An understandable reaction, to be sure. The spirit of Christmas present, it looks good. He looks calm. It's what we expect. The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, however, looks like they ran out of budget. As for the Ghost of Christmas Past, I swear to God this was ice skater Scott Hamilton. Imagine my surprise when I found out it was Joel Grey from Cabaret. Not much difference.
Make up the fires. And before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit, buy another coal scuttle.
You, sir, were not at work this morning as we had discussed.
I like the Muppets, I really do. I loved the original show, the Muppet movie, couldn't get enough of the Great Muppet Caper or Muppets Take Manhattan. You following me? But when it comes to these great literary iterations starring the famous furries, they could have taken this and their version of Treasure Island and just shelved them. The humor is not the same as their earliest incarnations. However, I have to rank the Muppets and the glorious Michael Kane, who did a very scary rendition of Ebenezer, above so many others, if simply on principle.
You and your family care to join us for a little turkey dinner on this fine Christmas day. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Albert Finney. Oh, Albert Finney. Remember him and Aaron Brockovich? Yeah, well, if you haven't been living under a rock, you'd know him from a million other films, and some of them actually good. As fantastic as this incredible actor was, he never failed to surprise me with how very uncomfortable he looks while performing many of his different roles. It must have been a personal quest of his to look the most unattractive, whether in roles like Hercule Poirot or as Scrooge in this awesome 1970s musical of the name Scrooge. There is a lot to unpack here. You see, under those bandages is a pre-Obi-Wan Kenobi Sir Alec Guinness, using his forced ghost abilities in one of the strangest portrayals of Jacob Marley, including only what can be described as some underworld S&M bondage bar. I personally love this bomb from the box office, and even another one of his bombs that turned classic, Annie, where Albert Finney played the mother of all daddies, Warbucks, to perfection. As difficult as he is to look at, kudos for him and his method acting.
I get it now. And if you give...
Hell yeah, one of my favorite versions of A Christmas Carol, and not just because of Annie Lennox's theme song at the end credits.
And it can happen tonight for all of you. If you believe in this spirit...
Bill Murray is in pure form, and seeing the lovely Karen Allen just makes this twist on the Scrooge as a heartless TV executive relatable and believable, while also being lighthearted and genuine. The strong supporting cast in this film is always a delight, and Lumpy's speech at the end is one for the history books. And who can't smile at Mary Lou Retton as Tiny Tim? I said Ebenezer would have a couple of different names on the list. Well, here's one. This is Frank Cross, but a miser by any other name would smell as foul.
It's really better than I felt in a long time. I'm ready. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Bob.
And God blesses everyone.
I didn't say animated films couldn't be on the list, but this is also the only one worth it. There is nothing endearing about the creepy Uncanny Valley type CGI of Jim Carrey's version. That thing is full of Polar Express nightmare fuel. Let's get this right. The character's name is Ebenezer Scrooge, but the quote-unquote actor playing the part is Scrooge McDuck. Yes, Scrooge McDuck is one of the many famous stars from Walt's stable like Mickey, Goofy, and Donald. As such, like Mickey playing Bob Cratchit, Scrooge plays, well, Scrooge. Confusing? Not at all. Where have you been? Well, now that you're all caught up, there is only one problem with this 26-minute film that accompanied the re-release of The Rescuers in 1983. The length. It's too damn short. It needed a couple more scenes and some fleshing out. Could have been a solid feature-length film. Nevertheless, it is a must-see each year.
It's only once a year, sir. It shall not be repeated.
Finally, my ultimate favorite, true Christmas Carol, George C. Scott. He was my first, and isn't your first always the sweetest? Sweet hell no! This is the same guy who played General Patton, so you can understand why this movie terrified me, including the mullet sported by the ghost of Christmas past. From Marley to those frightening waifs, ignorance and want under Christmas present's cloak, I was on pins and needles. I love this film, and Scott, although doing his very best to perform the worst British accent, played the role of the lonely, selfish man who is reborn on Christmas with complete sincerity and believability. No matter how much I wanted to see it each year, the ghost of Christmas yet to come could not be seen without me hauling someone else in the room to watch, and still with fingers set and ready to cover my eyes.
Stronger and stronger upon my life, it will.
Okay, sure, this list may not have started in any particular order, but those last four were definitely watchable and rewatchable to me. Scrooge, The Christmas Carol, Mickey's are my favorites. What about you? Are you a fan of that hard-to-swallow Jim Carrey CGI version? No, thank you. But to those who stayed to the end, you're the best. Thank you. Check out this other great holiday show from Popcorn. And until next time.